Hey folks, in this tutorial I'm going to show you some alternative ways that you can go about using Ordinal. So instead of asking Ordinal a question, we're actually going to give it a directive. And we're going to say, write a letter to a resident asking them to pick up the trash around their house. And we'll go ahead and fire that off to Ordinal. Right now, Ordinal is looking through all of the documents for Springdale. We're working with the town of Springdale in Arkansas right now. And they're looking for references of trash. You know, I didn't explicitly say, write a letter to a resident asking them to pick up the trash around their house, referencing our laws, but they are looking through all of the different code documents that we have for Springdale, and they're looking for information about trash and about, in a residential situation. And they're going to compose a letter to this resident of Springdale asking them to pick up the trash around the house, and they'll reference specific parts of the code that mention trash. So we're just waiting for a response here, and here we go, we got it crafted. So letter to a resident regarding trash pickup. I could read through this whole message, but you can see right here they're starting to reference the important stuff: weekly collections, yard and other trash. And if we want to know kind of where it got this answer from, we can look at the references. We can open up some of these. So let's see, Code of Ordinances, Springdale Chapter 102. They mention here weekly collections. This is talking about trash pickup. So if we needed to, we could copy this content, or we could summarize it, and we could include that in our message. But you can see here this message is set up to be sent to a resident. There's a few variables here that you'll plug in: your name and your position, your contact information, but the rest is kind of ready to go. We can copy it here, we can drop it into our email, we can send it to that resident. And this is just to show you sort of an alternative way to go about using Ordinal. Because, we could have asked the question, what are the rules for trash pickup in Springdale? And it would have gotten back to us with an answer. We could have then used that answer to formulate a letter. But why go through the trouble? This is part of Ordinal's abilities. It's using LLMs, and it's able to craft messages like this. So just want to show an example of how you can use Ordinal to really skip a few steps and not only look up information, but formulate it into an answer to give somebody. So I hope this is a good example for you. We'll be back with more tutorials in the future.